That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me
Rambi.
That thank you. Just let me go.
Yeah, Brock hit the life of the party here. Love phone. Podcast in all the known land. Matt Pitt.
Yo.
The doctor's in. In fact, I used to do this a lot more often. I know a lot of you asked. I couldn't. I did try the other day. And I'll do it again. I got to get Edwin in there, but it just doesn't work. Yeah. Apparently, I'm his wake-up show. You know that?
Right.
Yeah. So he ain't having none of that shit.
Yeah, he's close to Pacific time, so he's
he wakes up and eats cereal and listens to my stupid show.
Yeah. We tried to get Salvo as well, but he's hanging with the wife after his trip from Buffalo.
He's got issues. issues. Lots of stuff going on with Salvo. Listen, kids, Tommy knows what he's talking about when it comes to love. He's good at being married. Did it twice. Good one. Look, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to open up a little monologue. I'm not going to tell you. This is more dating advice, but the advice I'm about to give you is it walks the line of ruining the magic. For me, when the magic was finally ruined, my relationships with women were amazing, and they're a lot more comfortable, and there was no more stress. Fortunately, I had to get married the first time to do it. And what I realized, what kept me in line is the fear of losing children. It's one thing if you lose a girl. It's another thing completely if you can't see your kids. So I quickly realized that, that's what keeps marriages together or anything together. Fear. Fear can overcome. Thanks, Jake BB. Hope all is well. Tell me. Good day, Matt. Matt, I hope you're all well too. Fear, and fear is something's got to hold it together. Fear is what held women together with men, abusive men for what, generations? Yeah. No one's gonna hire you. Your husband leaves. They're gonna take away your kids and put them in adoption. Fear. That fear's been flipped in his head. But whatever works. That's what keeps it together, and obviously it doesn't do very well. Was it 2 out of 3 marriages fail? I think I last heard that in the 90s. I can't imagine it got any better. I mean, think about this. If I gave you 3 parachutes and I told you only one of them were going to fucking open, would you still jump? Probably not. But like most things in life, especially when it comes to marriage, love, relationships, things of that nature, emotions do not respond to logic. And our behavior really becomes the most outrageous when the magic is threatened. What is the magic? Well, for me, I can only speak from a heterosexual male's point of view, but I have seen it with women as well. The magic is the belief that the person that you are in love with, the person that you found that you find to be so special, the perfect fit for you, it just seems so special that there must be a mitigating factor here. It must be some kind of spirituality, maybe God himself, maybe the stars align. Because this way you're feeling, and you really feel it when you're a teenager, really, it's like unbelievably strong. Because it's hormones and it's not real. And that's what I mean by it not being dangerous. Because if you don't have the magic, what's going to attract you? And if you crash the illusion, things might not be that great between you and your partner. My thing is, when the illusion went away from me, and I could say to a young person, I could say this, like, I don't love my wife like that magic that I felt when I was a teenager, when I was engaged for the first time to a woman that I never got ended up marrying. That was overwhelming. The feelings were overwhelming. What I started to realize is I can love this person very deeply without it being controlled by external factors like my hormones, and understand she puts her pants on pretty much the same way I do. But again, the danger is, like, it just kind of ruins it. We is very much in a relationship. We're in a partnership for raising a child. And we're a business partnership too. I hate to tell you folks, especially you women, a marriage is business. And it always has been. Go look at, go watch you ever see The Quiet Man with John Wayne? I love that movie.
It's been a while.
What's the big deal in that movie? Getting the dowry from the old man. For Marie, the old man. That was a big thing. Because marriage is business. Very much big. The problem with it being a business, in a lot of people's minds, then it becomes a little more too capitalistic, and then it's not really about what Disney has all told us what it was. It's about love, and love bonds us. It's like Sonny and Cher said, I've got you, babe. They say our money can't pay the rent. Oh, isn't that cute? Love will get them through. Well, love's not going to pay the rent, and Sonny and Cher got divorced.
Yeah, and then fucking Sonny died while skiing.
By skiing. Damn shame.
Yeah.
Damn shame.
Right into the tree.
That's awful. My dad was his age when he died. My dad's the same age as him, and he's like, maybe Sonny was a little older. I think he might have been a little older.
Was he 70 when he died?
No,
I didn't know that.
No, it's been 20. He's been dead for 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I want to see that. Check that out. I really, he played bad guys in a few like TV shows. I liked him. I liked Sonny Bono. Former mayor. They have him former mayor of Palm Springs. Oh, he was a lot older than my father. He was a good 10 years older. But he died in 98.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute. Over 20 years. Almost 25. My dad's saying, he's like, yeah, I guess his reactions were just a little slower than they used to be. That's what he thinks happened. Like, I could do this.
Yeah.
And it just, your body gets old. How old was he when he passed?
62.
Yeah, see, he says that 55 is when your body really starts going downhill.
Right.
That's when you start becoming weak. Anyway. Like at 40, you're not going to be playing professional sports anymore, but you're not necessarily weak or out of shape at 40, unless you choose to be like me. So getting back to the magic, I noticed when I got married the first time that I didn't have stress at work like I used to, especially around women. And because prior to that, it was always like, should I ask her out? Should I talk to her? God, she's kind of fine. Oh my God. Or another thing I had, I don't know if you guys have had this. Maybe women have had this. I'm not particularly attracted to this person, but I have nothing going on in my social life, and people are going to think I'm fucking weird. And I really should be doing something or in this department to build my life. Or in my case, is like I haven't had pussy in a month or two. That's a motivating factor. And I think the thing that really, when I got married, I realized, okay, this is it. There's going to be no new stuff coming along. I got to work on what I have. It was a lot easier to deal with. There was no sexual tension in the workplace anymore, because only one person pretty much had my attention, and that person could turn my life upside down if I broke that promise. I started to take comfort in that, strangely enough, Like, I kind of liked it. I don't know about you people that are in your 30s that are married. I don't really miss the pressure of having to be with somebody. I don't. Or to get along with somebody else of the opposite sex. I don't miss that one iota. I don't even miss it a little bit. Do I miss sleeping around? Yeah. But I think that's the primal human part of me, you know? But is sleeping around, like, I know what sleeping around is. I know what it feels like. I know how fun it is. I know that doing that now, fucking 1 hour of a good time, you know, a couple seconds of ecstasy, and never seeing my kid again, or going through what I did with my daughter, then it's not worth it. It doesn't matter how hot you are. In fact, the only reason I would probably cheat in a scenario like that is like, can I pull this off? And that's got its own pressure. Well, if you just kind of follow what you're supposed to do, you don't have any of that. It's good. So the magic, peel it away a little bit. Start to look at your partner, or even the opposite sex in general, as human. Of course, she's the most beautiful, wonderful human in the whole world. Of course I look at her as human. No, man, you're in love with the idea of her. You're in love with the idea of him. Because the odds are, she's not that special.
What up, bitch?
$4.99. Now I can't wait to get older. Here, 55, here I come. Biggest blunder. The odds are he's not that special. He's just a regular guy. There are special people out there, but I don't know. When I read about really interesting special people, they don't usually make good partners because they're so distracted in whatever amazing thing they're doing. Regular people make good partners, life partners and stuff like that. So, like, it was important to me when I was 25 what my partner looked like so I could show off to my friends and stuff like that. That I had something going on. Like, look at me. I'm basically, what I'm telling you is to lose it. Get rid of it. Find somebody you work well with. It could be working on a school project. Maybe you want to go back and whatever you want out of a person. Maybe from a female perspective, maybe this guy's not, maybe he's just gonna be a working class guy. But whenever we worked on this project, did this thing together, I'm only like a little bit attracted to him. But it's smooth. It's like we have camaraderie. What you want? With the guy, all right, she's not the high school cheerleader. She's not the blonde bombshell that you had this vision of for all those stupid fucking 80s teen movies. But Jesus Christ, she can organize a checkbook, and I can't do that. I'm a fucking idiot. Those are the things that are going to keep your marriage going multiple years. Because the truth is, your partner isn't very special, more than likely. They're just a regular person like you. And that teamwork is pretty much the only thing that's going to keep it going down the road. And here's the best part. Everything I told you could go right out the window. Everything. I could be absolutely right on this, and you could still see another guy in your fucking bed. Because people change a lot. I think a lot of cheating, so to speak, that could be so devastating to people.
Listen, fuckhead.
Is, I wouldn't say like you gave your word, but what if you gave your word when you're 22 and you just don't feel that way at 35? Should you keep it? Yeah, sure. But these are, emotions don't respond to logic. And these are feelings and hormones and things that people don't particularly have a lot of control over. You know, what is that? Because I always saw that story when I got arrested over my buddy back in '98, summer in '88. Somebody asked me a long time, well, how did you forgive him? I was like, I realized he was human. I realized she was human. I realized, like, yeah, I dug this chick and everything, but they got along a lot better. Still married to this day. Have a bunch of kids. Wrong time, wrong place, so I don't hate them. Hated him at the time. But I believed in magic. I believed in Sleeping Beauty. I wouldn't have said it back in 1998, but back here, I'd have believed it. Doesn't exist. Sorry. There is no Santa Claus. There is no Easter Bunny. There's just work. That's it. There's the secret to life. Surprise! If you're lucky enough, I don't care what she looks like, to get somebody, and you can bring in enough money, and they can bring enough money to put a roof over your head and feed possibly another life without too much stress and maybe go on one vacation, you are lucky as fuck, man. Holy shit. Don't think I'm wrong? How many people have called into the show over the years that you know that's never going to happen for them? The people that you see on TV that are just able to move around with that are usually filthy rich, they're 1 in a million, and they're probably not you. So considering that, unless you're chasing that, and you've decided not to chase that you decided to go to work and work in a Carol, or you decided to fucking blast steel beams into fucking train tracks the rest of your life, or work for a railroad, or whatever you decided to do, maybe, just maybe, their life is not what you should be shooting for. Keep it simple, stupid. And part of that is realizing the opposite sex is truly human. Not human in the way that, oh, but I care for them so much. Of course they're human. No, that they're flawed from the top down. The sooner you realize that, the sooner the pants go on the same way yours does, you will know a new level of empathy. And you will be able to work through problems that will inevitably come along. I promise. And these only limit. I can't believe you made me say that! Things. I exist, goddammit, Santa Claus. This does not guarantee you a perfect life. People die of cancer. Men cheat, women cheat. But you will be much more prepared because you don't believe in the magic. It's not that you're going to not be any less hurt. Again, emotions don't respond to logic. You'll be able to wade those waves a lot better than someone who does believe in the magic of the opposite sex. And again, this is dangerous because it's that magic that attracts us to that person. Or maybe if you're gay. I don't know if it works that way or not. I don't know. I'll fuck to find out. Most of the gay guys I know are just pretty happy going out Friday night drinking and fucking all the time. I don't seem to have any. Being gay does not look that bad to me. Sorry, but what does this have to do with Deaf Noodles? Well, Deaf Noodles, he's not even capable of understanding this conversation. Not at all. He will have miserable relationships his whole life. He will drive the women in his life berserk. And he will always seem kind of like either confused or doesn't really care all that much. Love to talk to his ex-girlfriend. So I will take your calls.
Before anyone calls in, I have an announcement to make. The Android glitch has been fixed with the new Discord update. I've tested it out on people. We are good to go. So anyone can call in.
Anyone call in. I will exploit your love problem. I will give you the hard, cold truth. I have cured cancer on the show. I've gotten people laid. And I've also exposed their silly magic beliefs and gotten them on the right path. I'm notorious. You know what we should do? We should do a top 10 love phones call. Like best love phone calls of all time. Put a video out. Just to show how amazing I am at this.
Yeah. And
I am amazing. Not because I know anything about love. It's because it's just common sense. And it's very difficult to have common sense when you're really into somebody. It's almost impossible. So that third person is really that optics checks you get is like pretty vital. The problems with those optics checks is, you know what the guys say when you're having girl problems, right, Matt? It's the first thing they say. Get rid of her. Girls do the same thing because they don't give a shit. Bitching about your spouse is usually, but advice about your spouse, like, try this. When I was in the Army, I got a fight over Laura's name before Laura was born. My wife wanted to name her something. I don't want to give her real name away. That sounded white trashy to me. Let's see if I can come up with give me a white trashy old school Southern name.
Suan.
Yeah, something like that. And all I could hear was Suan. No, I'm not doing that. Well, she thought it was like Victorian. That's what she didn't know. Losers down in the trailer park. She was German. And then I wanted to name her Erin because of Ireland. Erin. I thought that was a beautiful name. Laura did pop up, but we basically settled on a mixture of everything. And I remember I went downstairs. I was in Iraq at the time, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I fucking got in a fight with my wife, and I told her, and I'm not fucking going, I'm not signing off on no Suan, no fuck that. I'm not signing off on fuck. What you think, I'm white trash? And I remember my NCO who had had serious problems with his wife. Like, they were nuts. They're all cheating each other or nothing. It just kind of settled down the year before we actually went to Iraq. He said, he looks at me, he goes, so you told her off, huh? And I was like, yes. He's like, so what'd you win? I'm like, what do you mean? So what'd you win? Like, did you get a prize? Did you get something? We're leaving here one day, right? You're going to have to go back when your daughter's born. Yeah, what's your point? He was like, no. What's your point? You got in a fight with your wife in a war zone over nothing.
What up, bitch?
But that was my magic. My magic was if I had a little girl, her name would be Erin. I couldn't shatter that. He says, go be a man and come up with something. What do you think I should do? No. What you should do, go come up with something. Go be a husband. I'd only been married a couple months at that point. But he couldn't have been more than, he was right. And we did end up working it out. And I'm very satisfied with her long name. When my Puerto Rican roommate, because what we settled on, and we crammed a bunch of names in there for a middle name to satisfy both sides, what everybody wanted. And I remember my Puerto Rican roommate said to me, he saw the full name, and she said, what is she, a spick? That was his words, not mine. Because of long Spanish names. So we ended up doing the same thing with Tommy too. Not because of me and Andy were fighting, but just because we thought it was cool. So we did it twice over. So, all right, I'll take some calls. You got a love problem. I'm willing to take it. Ani, is that the Ani? Why does that sound familiar?
I'm not sure.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? How can I help you? This Dr. C, at your pleasure, at your service. Hello?
I'm a big fan of the show.
Thank you. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm going into university in next week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of an introvert, and I kind of have social anxiety, I was kind of wondering if you could give me any advice on how to get over it.
Have you gone to the doctor for social anxiety? You got to give me the whole. Have you got any treatment? Have you gone to a doctor? Anything like that?
I'm getting treatment currently because I also have autism as well. So.
Well, you got a tough road to hoe. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
I'm probably not the best guy to talk to about this. I don't know how much your disability will interfere, but what I tell you something. The biggest problem I run into people with autism is they'll ask you something and you'll tell them, and it either just doesn't get ingrained or they just reject it out of hand because that's not what the playbook says, whatever playbook they've dreamed up. What I'm going to tell you is to try a whole new playbook, and anything that I say that makes you uncomfortable, or you would never do that, do it, just almost robotically, because whatever the fuck you're doing ain't working already. I think we can both agree on that, right?
Yeah.
All right. You're going to university. What are you planning on doing?
Media production.
Media production. What kind of job can that lead to?
So mainly in the TV industry.
Specifically, and how much do they make?
About $25K a year, and specifically like so how they make TV shows, so like the writing.
You only get 25,000 pounds. That's only about what, 40,000 pounds?
Yeah.
All right. Is there any chance to move up? But is that starting salary?
Starting salary, yeah.
That's starting. So you could move up and have a regular and by the time you die, you could make $100,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The difference between men and women, and men, this is like some baseline shit. Guys tend to want, and this is like back in their mind, you breed with the most beautiful. That's why you want the hot chick and not just any chick with a working genitals. So it makes us petty in the area of beauty. Women are petty in the area of security. They won't give a guy a chance because they're expecting a certain thing out of life. This is a part of the magic that I was talking about, and trying to lose that a little. What you need to do, first off, is you need to tell that girl you meet, or when inevitably is like, what are you going to university for? I got this plan that I'm going into media. And you have to say it with authority too. And, I'm hoping to get out. They say they start you about 20 G's. I know a place. I think if I get in there, I'm going to start off at 50. It doesn't have to be true. But working like that and looking for a job like that down the road isn't a bad idea. You could make it. You could lie at the time and then make it come true. Puts a little pressure on yourself. And the reason I'm telling you to do that is not just so much to lie, is to A, push yourself, and B, you want to provide that. There's a reason that a lot of my friends that didn't go to Rutgers would pretend to be pre-med at the grease trucks in New Brunswick, New Jersey, because pre-med guys got second looks no matter what they look like. You know why? Because they were going to be able to provide not just the money, they were going to be a lot easier transition to provide that security. That same thing that you want, the sexual stuff you want, is what they want underneath it all. When it comes time to settle down, that's what makes you attractive. Having something going on makes you attractive. So you want to make yourself as attractive as humanly possible. Now, let's get into the, where women are not as bad as men when it comes to beauty, thank God, because I never got laid. What is your weight and height looking like?
I'm 6'4", and I'm about 85 grams.
85. Hold on a second. Gram to...
That's 187 pounds.
No, you're skinny as a rail. You're skinny, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you just... Going to the gym wouldn't hurt. Do it now why it's easier when you're not a fat fuck. That helps. Getting into that. It also gets your testosterone level up. A little confidence boost. If you're having it also, gym can really go after, like, the testosterone can fight the anxiety. It really can, because if you're confident if you're into like weightlifting and you're into that stuff, then you're just a lot more confident about things in general. When I was in the Army, I was going to the gym 2-3 times a week. I'm a fat ass now, but it doesn't mean you should be. And I wish I would have. I started going. I didn't have to do it in my 20s. I had to do it in my 30s. Starting young is probably not a bad idea. At least you have that going for you. Get interested in it. Don't just go to the gym. Get interested in going to the gym. I guess the other part is, what is your past experience with women?
I've had a few girlfriends, but I think most of them, it was kind of like a fling, do you know what I mean? Like a couple months or something like that. I've never really had,
How old are you?
Like a long term. 18, but turning 19 this year.
Do you sleep with any of them?
No.
No. Never got to that point?
No.
No. So how, when you say a fling, well, like you're my girl, do you make out with any of them? Anything? Any kind of sexual interaction? Yeah.
Just make out. Just make out and stuff.
Just make out and stuff? All right. Well, you're 18, so it's like, it's not over yet. You're far from it. Things tend to open up in college a little bit too. Do you have friends you're going to school with that are also interested in women?
Yeah.
We're on the right track, Bucky. Do not, when you're in university, do not go with that friend and fucking play Apex Legends every single fucking weekend. Do not do it. Start to look into what the other kids are doing and join them. You may make a mistake. You may do something pretty awkward. You may have a guy that's a little more macho. You fuck with you. But no, that's just a part of it. And you're going to have to figure out a way not to get fucked with. Or put yourself in a position which is better not to get fucked with. So, like, basically everything I'm telling you is, like, go against your fears. That's a pretty frightening scenario for you, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
Stop being a pussy and do it. That's really it. It's just like jumping in the water, man. Go with your friend. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. I do this thing every year, every summer, where I just put like one toe in the pool because I hate that instant cold blast. Even though within a minute I'll be fine, it's just the same thing. And it takes so much, especially the first jump in the pool, like around June or late May. You know, it's just the same thing. You have to put yourself in the position. And you have to talk. And my thing is to tell people what you got going on. And what do you got going on?
Mainly do like YouTube videos for fun and kind of.
Are they making any money?
No.
Don't talk about
I kind of just do them as.
Don't talk about that. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Not unless if you get 100,000 views on something, then you talk about it. Otherwise, I would just leave that out completely. Do you like video games?
Yeah. I like horror mainly.
Really? Don't talk about that. Do you like anime?
Yeah.
Don't talk about that. Is there anything more traditional that you're interested in? Do you like football?
I like TV and movies.
Okay. What kind of movies?
Horror, comedy, and action, and sci-fi.
Goth chick. Would that be like up your alley?
Yeah.
Stick to mainstream content when you talk about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is there any hobbies you have? No video games, no anime. Unless you meet like a video game anime girl, then you can flip that off. But make absolute sure that's the case. There are going to be and some of them are going to be the bomb, you know. But you got to figure, once you got a girl that's into like the nerdy shit of YouTube and stuff like that, they're going to have a lot of suitors real quick. And the odds are, if they're cute, guys with sub counts will get them. I'll be honest with you. You know, it's just the way it rolls.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, but you want to put yourself out there as a regular guy. I would not talk about your disability unless you forge a bond and a relationship, like you fuck her a few times and she keeps coming over. Then you can talk about Asperger's and stuff like that. Eventually it has to come out, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, TV, movies, you're artistic, stuff like that. I would keep unless the girl seems to be interested, like if she says, I found out you did YouTube and I watched the video and I thought, why didn't you tell me? And it's like, you can say some fucking jackass told me not to talk about it, but you want to see what I got? That's what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Learn to laugh at yourself. I know that's really hard for autistic people to do. You got to learn to laugh at yourself. It's hard. I watch, Bobax is better at it now, but he wasn't always good at it. And he's not always good at it, but you learn to laugh at yourself. If you do something silly, rather than defending it or ignoring it or just freaking out, laugh at yourself. You know, I guess it happened. I do that. I mean, I'm not going to compare your thing to my thing, but my thing is obviously grammar. So when Matt points it out, I just laugh at myself. You know, if I misspell something, does it make me feel like I'm a fucking idiot and a retard? I know Keem does the same thing. He just bullies through it. So, to a different extent, if you do something autistic, for lack of a better word, yep, that was it. And laugh at yourself. You're going to have to speak with more authority. You can see the difference between the way I'm speaking and the way you're speaking, right?
Yeah.
All right. You sound like you're looking at your feet. Am I wrong, Matt?
Yeah, that's how he sounds.
You sound like you're looking dead at your feet.
Yeah.
That's like that is pussy bug spray. But because if you can't look at her, and this is some primal shit going on, right? Women will tell you, fucking, especially university, no, they don't care about this. That you can't defend her. You can't defend yourself. You can't defend her. That's not the security. You want to play into the magic, but no, it's bullshit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. When you throw yourself into school, work really hard. Be really conscious and thinking about what happens afterwards and talk about it with women. Scrap anime completely. Don't talk about it unless we're dealing with somebody that's into that sort of thing. Let them reveal it to you, not the other way around. Video games is thrown in that as well. Talking about art and film and things of that nature, that's a really good thing to do. And B, you're going to make mistakes and learn to laugh at yourself. Those are things. And jump in the fucking pool, man.
Yeah.
You can say you can't. Start to speak with a little lawyer. I mean, I got to be honest with you. That Jordan Peterson book, you know, hold your shoulders straight. If your body language is poor, which I bet it is, I mean, look like a man. You know, and don't be afraid to make a mistake. Let's say you do something and, you know, it's out of character for you. I remember this guy, his name was Jay Hausman, and he's a manly man now, I'll tell you that. But when he was a freshman in high school, we used to fuck with him all the time. I was one of them. I was fucking with him too, until he hit me back, you know. Now I'm using that more metaphorically. Don't hit anybody in college. But, you know, don't be afraid to push back a little bit. Look forward, keep your head up, don't look at your feet. I know that's easier said than done, but here's what I promise you. It's not going to work any other way. And if somebody tells you that there's another way to do it, or you just have to wait and find that special person, I know moms like to say that. They're full of shit. They don't know. One thing women don't know anything about, especially moms, is dating other women. They don't know a fucking thing about it. They don't know. Like, mom is like the worst relationship advice you'll ever get. Because mom looks at it like mom. Mom doesn't look at it like trying to attract a girl. It's a whole different ball of wax. So, yeah, you have to earn it. You have to earn it. So you have to go up there and be really into what you're doing. Have a plan afterwards. Don't flat out lie, but exaggerate on what kind of money you're making. You can always say, I was stupid back then. I thought I'd be making more money. You know, yeah. Don't fucking balls out lie. I'm going to make $200,000 a year. That's stupid. But I think more like language, like I think I could do this and work for it. You know, you could change your major and shit halfway fucking through, man. You know, so, but that's it. Yeah. And it's just as simple as jump in the pool. And, you know, I would really, really fucking if you want the confidence things, the weight training wouldn't hurt you because you get the testosterone. And you got to speak the fuck up and stop sounding like you're looking at your feet. Because what are you going to do with that voice of yours? You're going to go up and, hey, Do you like movies? That just creeped her. No, you just creeped her out.
Yeah.
That just creeped her out. Wouldn't it creep you out if I did that? If some guy just walked up to you and said, yeah. So start thinking about that. Look at it like that's the way they see it, and they got a lot more to lose. Because they legit, like, I don't know a woman on earth that didn't have some fucking guy that didn't seem like he was like a scary dude. Didn't experience with one scary dude. My daughter's already had experience with a scary dude. Guy pulled a knife on her when she's 11 or 12. Yeah. There was a guy following her to school one time too, and then she started legging it, and then he legged it the other way. So there's always, like, girls always have a creepy dude story. Don't play into that by going, hey, look her in the fucking eyes. Don't bug-eye her. Hi! But talk in a normal tone. You do not speak in a normal tone. You speak in a passive tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little more authoritative. When I say authoritative, I don't mean, hey, bitch! I mean...
Don't undertake it.
A little more like that. All right, man. All the best. Let me know how it goes.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll take credit for all your relationships too. So call back if you get some pussy. Bye. I was just gonna pull the other person in.
There they are. I'll pull them.
A decade under. How can I help you?
Decade under the influence.
A decade under the influence. How can I help you?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. What's your problem?
Yeah, I just want to tell you, Tommy, I was an ex-incel.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to credit you. I will a little bit.
Okay. What'd you do?
I got laid.
How did you do it? Well, so you got laid once. I mean, you have a girlfriend?
No, I have a girlfriend now, but
what magic did I perform as if I didn't know that helped you get forward? Because maybe you helped the last caller. What happened? What'd you do?
Confidence. I just had to believe in myself.
All right. I must have said more than that. It must have been, was there one thing, or maybe it was just
honestly,
me?
I don't remember, but I remember I used to call into the show a bunch and you gave me good advice. I don't remember what it was.
Really? You're not the guy with no teeth, are you?
No.
Doesn't sound like it.
Oh, I miss that guy.
No.
Guy didn't have any teeth. He couldn't figure out why nobody wanted to, like, blow him. Remember that? That guy was fucking funny.
Well, no. I know what it is. I remember calling about some, like, girl I used to have a crush on or something, and I remember you telling me stop being a pussy, and that's exactly what I did.
That's it. Well, that was easy. It's more than that, though. And I say that when I say stuff like stop being a pussy, it's just to make you mad, so you do it.
Oh, well, it worked on me.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't work on everybody, though.
Oh, okay.
I forget who it was.
But,
this is something to think about. I remember, I think it was the first World Cup the women's soccer team won. And they asked the coach, I forget his name, like, how do you, because he had both teach men and women. Like, how do you is it different to motivate women than it is to men? Now, he probably couldn't say this now because feminism is completely insane. He says, yes, there's a real difference. He says, guys, you can get in your face and tell them they're worthless. And they'll respond just to prove you wrong. You do that to a woman, she just fucking melts. It's just like she's hurt. You can't get her up. You've damaged her, and you're not going to get what you want. What you do is you peel the maternal instincts. These girls, your friends, your buddies are counting on you. That works more with it because it both works, but like you're counting on you to guys works to a certain extent, right? You know, this team, this is a family. And then we're going to work and we're going to do this together. And you need to be more a part of this team. And you need how to do that. That's what works with women. It also works with men, but not that much. With guys, it's like, you're letting your fucking friends down. Would you let them die in a battlefield? Because that's what you're fucking doing right now. You're letting it. That doesn't work with women. That works with men.
I think too, like, I'll just say from, like, my experience, I think I put, like, sex on too much of a pedestal.
Probably. I think that's the magic. The magic I'm talking about, to some sense. Yeah, I think I came to that conclusion in my 20s.
And then, like, I had it, right? And I mean, like, yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But, like, you understand, it's just, I don't know, like, your life moves on.
It's not the beginning of the end of the world. It's fun. It's fun, but it's not, it is, I think in my generation too, and probably everyone before that, but it's, especially with things like, we didn't say things like incel, back in the day. I hear that a lot more now, but like now sex is so much more a part of your identity than it was. I can honestly say that. You know, we even got different designation. It used to be just gay or straight. Now we're bisexual. Now you're 1,000 different things. It's so much, it seems to be, and it's bullshit. It's a trend that'll pass. It's like, yeah, so you're like, you probably just want to have sex because you didn't want anything but being an incel. And then, you know, you got laid a few times and it's just not the most important thing in the world. In fact, it can get you a lot of fucking trouble. You know?
Well, no, what I realized is that, like, I don't know, like, I just, you know, like, after I, like, you know, I hooked up, like, it was just over with, and then I, like, I don't know, I just realized that I was just putting it, how do I explain it? I was just making it so much more than it was, that, like, I don't know, I just, after that, I was like, you know, like, it's fun, but it's like,
okay,
you know,
pretty much the same thing, a little different. Yeah, I agree with you. It's not the most important thing in the world. Yeah. It's important when you're fucking. It's important when you're a man, and there's a lot of. I mean, I hear this all the time. Like, you know, big boobs and a tiny ass. It puts so much pressure on women. Well, there's just as much pressure on a guy to have sex. You know, otherwise they're not a man. About me, you know, getting laid.
Thing about me,
shit ton of pressure, unnecessary pressure.
The thing about me though is like at the time, I was like just 20, like just turned 20 years old, and I was like, oh my God, what if I never get laid?
Yeah.
So I like.
It used to be in the old days. That was usually in the old days. I went through this too. In the old days, that was like the normal age to get laid, and I think it's probably still is. You know, 18, 19, 20, somewhere around there. But there's because all the high school movies, everybody think like 90% of the guys say they're getting laid in high school, or some of them are, but it's a minority. Everybody lies. Yeah, you're full of shit. I lied too. You know, so like, yeah, I think so. There's probably even double pressure on you as a 20-year-old to get laid because it is a mark of a man. Like, you know, a man slayed a woman, and it's illogical. It's stupid, but it is. It's part of the magic.
Yeah, it's completely.
It's true. Just completely stupid. But here's the thing: no matter you could talk to your old 19-year-old self and say, "Dude, you'll be fine," and you would have no effect on that person whatsoever. They'd be like, "What the fuck?"
It's 100% true. 100% true.
Yeah, 100%. You would have no effect on that person. It's still the part of that's hormonal. It's just being a dude. Just got to find something to fucking come in, and it's just that simple and that primal. But that's what humans are. Accept what you are and fight it. That's really what it is. All right, man. Well, I'm glad I got you laid.
Thank you, Tommy.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye. Bet he won't get laid again, though. Jesus Christ. Clever Nugget, you're on the air. How can I help you?
Hi, Tommy.
Yeah, how are you? Was this a female? Holy crap.
Yeah.
How can I help you, sweetie? And how old are you, first off? Gotta know.
I'm 30.
30? Okay. I can help. I probably do better with you than I would with these kids. I've been 30. I haven't been 20 in a long time. How can I help you?
I've been seeing this guy for about a year, and he lied to me over and over again, and cheated on me a couple of times, and I was stupid enough to stay with him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Because I love him, and he's poor pitiful me. He's still married, separated, has 2 kids with somebody else.
Sounds like you got properly. Was he married when you were dating him?
I mean, he is technically still,
yeah. You asked for it, sweetie. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I know that hurts your heart, but you just...
They're separated. They were separated when we met. They've been separated for years. Yeah. I don't know. I'm to the point now, though. Of course, as we went through the relationship, things got more intense. We live together now. Okay. I have a kid. He's we're kind of like a little family at this point.
Is he the father?
No.
So it's a past relationship. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. No judgment. I don't know. By the way, no judgment. I'm trying to get. I got kids with 2 different women too. I'm not trying to call you a slut. I'm just trying to understand what the family dynamic is. That's all.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm just to the point now. It's now he's decided that he's going to tell me the truth about everything and that he's in love with me. and stuff. And now I'm to the point where I don't even want to be with him.
Buy it.
Like, I don't.
Would have been nice a couple years ago, huh? When I was really in it.
Yeah.
But the magic's gone, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you hear my little speech in the beginning?
I heard half of it. I was at work.
It's the magic is what kept you in the relationship as long as it did. He's special. You made mistakes. You made excuses for him. You're heavily attracted to him. That's the magic part. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That also makes us do. My whole speech was you have to lift the curtain and understand what the other person is. If this person, I guess he cheated on you a bunch of times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if this was,
I didn't know at the time. I found out basically 6 months in.
So yeah. Okay. So he had no plans. Yeah. So if this was, you found out about a fling a year ago and he hasn't done anything since, I might tell you, I'd ask you if you feel, do you love him, all that stuff, and I'd say maybe you want to give it another shot. I'm not into telling women, or anybody for that matter, like, because infidelity happens, to throw the relationship away. I used to feel that way when I was a younger man. I'm not so much in that now. Your situation's different.
Yeah.
Because not only do you know it's fucking horse shit, the magic's gone on top of that. So what do you possibly hope to get out of this? You like, if he sat there and told you the truth and how much he cared about you, and he's so sorry about all those other mistakes, and you're like looking at him like, this guy's lying in my fucking face. You know, like, what do you like? What? And you decide to just go with it this time, like you have in the past. How's it going to get better?
Yeah, it's probably just going to repeat, right?
Repeat. It might not. It might get worse. Something different might happen. I'd be interested, and there's no way you could possibly tell me, because you can only tell me from your perspective. Why all of a sudden does he want to be intimate with you? And when I say intimate, I don't mean intimate in a sexual way. That's easy. All of a sudden, why does he want to have that heart-to-heart with you?
I think it's because I started pulling away. I gave him everything. Like, I work full time. I would pay for the dates. Like, I would take him to like events.
Come on,
and all that type of stuff.
You have a son? Do you have a son?
I'm a good girlfriend.
You have a son or a girl?
Yes, I have a son.
Get him away from your fucking son, and I'll tell you why. Not that he would ever do anything to him. Like, do you really want you want that to be the groundwork for your fucking son to see how to treat women? No, you don't. That you're paying for him all the time. Look, it's 2022. You pay both ways. I get it, right? But you know, how many years has this been going on?
A year.
I don't tell people to break up or fucking 1 year. I'm not buying this guy. I don't usually tell people to break up or that. And I don't know. I'm not going to even tell you. I'm just going to say if you know you could get a type of situation where, you know, your son accepts, the worst scenario is your son accepts his infidelity and he thinks that's just the way it rolls with women. That's a nightmare scenario. And he'll go on and repeat his fucking, because that's the only experience he has with other guys. You know?
Yeah.
Well, my mom used to, you know, like, my mom gets along with my old man or my stepdad all right, and he used to go fucking banging other chicks. You want that to come out of his mouth when he's 30? 25?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, well, that's what's going to happen if he gets along with them. There's another scenario. He hates him. He hates him. And I've seen this before. I have so many friends like that. My fucking, you know, my dad or my stepdad used to cheat my mom. He used to beat my mom, and you beat your wife and you cheat on your wife. I don't know why that is. I don't get that. You'd figured you'd want to fight that thing and kind of repeat that, but I've just seen it too many times. So you get the one scenario where he kind of thinks the old man's cool, or the other scenario where he's so damaged by it, you know, or maybe he overcompensates for it and drives his girlfriend crazy. Our family cannot be like my mother. I can't do this, so we have to do this, and we have to do this, and he drives the fucking spouse nuts. Because I'm not going to cheat on you. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do what my stepdad did to my mom. And then now he's fucking crazy for a different reason. So just do it. Just break off for him on that account alone. Now, let's talk about you. It's going to hurt, I imagine, right? Because there's still something there, right? Well, the easier part is the kid's bigger than all of us, right? You know, he's bigger than you. If you never fucking find love again, that's a fucking small sacrifice, which, by the way, I doubt it. A small sacrifice for your son's well-being. And I don't think that's a good dude to have around.
Yeah, I waited 3 years after his dad to even like consider dating at all.
Yeah.
So this wouldn't happen. But I don't know. I seem to attack.
He sounds like he's really manipulative too, because if he picked up on you pulling away, he might at some level be trying to just keep you around to keep the fucking game going. You know, we used to do something here in Wiesbaden. You know, I'm in Germany, right? We used to call it the Wiesbaden trifecta. We'd have a fucking live-in girlfriend in Frankfurt, in Wiesbaden, and Mainz, and then you just rotate. And the other one goes, yeah. The guys can be awful. I did it.
Why would you do that though? Why do guys tell women they love them but then do the exact opposite?
Because I think sex is, you're getting sex confused with love, and I think women get that confused a lot. It's just, I think with guys, and that, like, girls have this point, like, I'm 23, I'm not fucking for no reason anymore, I did in college, I'm done. And you have a kid on top of it, so that's long over for you. And the thing is, so like, it sounds like, you know, there's an immaturity factor here. You know, there's a lot of immaturity going on, and so you want that stability. You're looking for a man to be it. So, by the way, just out of interest, if you can talk about it, where's Real Daddy?
It was a very abusive relationship.
So he's not allowed around your son, right? I imagine.
Yeah.
Does he want to be? Usually these guys don't.
No. I've even tried to give him a chance.
Don't give him another one. Fuck that guy. All right. Just checking. I had a feeling that's exactly what you were going to say. You're not in a situation where you're keeping your son away from his real father, right? You're not trying to do that. All right. But now you don't have to fuck him. If you've tried and the guy doesn't volunteer, you don't have to fucking volunteer the boy. How old's the boy?
He's 4.
He's 4? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just let it go, start again, concentrate on the boy. And then maybe you run into somebody at work, maybe you meet somebody and you get a babysitter, you go on a date or something, right? But I think more focus on the boy and less on your relationships. I know that's very difficult to hear when you're 32. And, you know, I mean, I don't know about you, but I like sleeping next to somebody. You know, it's nice. Not even just the sex part. It's a security thing. But your security blanket sucks. It stinks. Yeah. And it needs to be thrown out, not even washed. I tell you to wash it if you're good, but this is not. It's good, and it's not good for your kid. But I'll tell you this. You know, are you keeping in shape? Are you working? Because I hate talking to women like this, but I do it to the guys, so I don't think it's. Are you trying to keep in shape? Are you keeping your body? Are you doing the step shit like my wife does? You know.
Matt Pitt can vouch on my body.
What's that?
He's seen it on Twitter. Matt Pitt can vouch on my body. He's seen it on Twitter.
Is she hot?
Pretty good. Yeah, she's hot.
Pretty good. Keep that body in shape, man. Keep it in shape. Look at like blow it away. Don't even think like, well, because I have to get a man, I have to work real hard. Do it because it makes you feel good. For the same fucking, you know, what I was telling the guy before, get the testosterone going. You know, what's the opposite of testosterone? I forget what the fuck it is.
Estrogen makes you fat. No.
It does make you a little fat. Yeah, but it also makes you feel good.
It makes you nuts. That's what it gets really heavy and you're pregnant and shit too.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I was German. She wasn't too crazy. Nah, keep your body in shape. You still want to be marketable. It's a market. Let's be honest. You know, I hate to put it that I'm trying to cut away the magic. You want to find somebody you can work well with. You have a camaraderie with. You're past the, you know, you've done the fucking party girl shit, I imagine, right?
For sure. I'm way past.
Yeah. And by the way, that's not judgment. Me and you would have got along fucking great. You know, I had a lot of fun, but those days are over for the both of us. And I can guarantee. But you know, I also wanted to say, like, I also empathize. I know I was thinking about yesterday if something happened and Andy left me and started all over at 45. It's frightening. So I could, like, first of all, you're only 32, and there's plenty of market out there, and you know, just keep yourself in shape, and you know, be friendly, be bubbly. Guys love good guys like bubbly girls. you know, and you know, maybe find somebody who accepts you for what they are and somebody you work well with. The mark of that is not like, okay, we went on a date or anything. And you might want to go a little more traditional. You're paying for me. You're calling me first. Did you ever hear, what's that book called? The Rules? What's it called, Matt? It came out in the 90s or the early 2000s?
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus?
The rules. The rules were this. The rules are real simple. And boy, it's poison. It kills the play. If you want to limit players, you got to go mega traditional, right? If you want to limit the players. He calls you back. If he doesn't call you back in 3 fucking days, he's done. If he calls me on the 4th day, I'm sorry. I thought you were interested. I gave you my number and you didn't call me back. Have a nice day. Even though if he's like really cute or really hot or whatever. He'd call. Believe me. If he wants you, he'll call. Day 1. Guarantee it. Right? Usually what I tell the guys is wait a day. Wait a day. Make her a little anxious. Right? Right? All right. Yeah. 1 day, 2 days. Anything, if he calls you like 2 weeks, don't fucking talk to that guy again. You are to pay for dates, and you can be really upfront with that. It's like, look, I'm a traditional girl. I wasn't always, but you know, my man pays for my dates. And there are things that we can do together if it's expensive and we can both throw money in and do something like a weekend or something like that. But my man pays for the dates. I hope I'm not, you could say something like, I'm not much of a feminist. So yeah, this is what I expect from you. Right, it's a good way to get rid of the players and the guys that just want sex. It gets rid of players and it gets guys because players are attracted to like, well, I can't boss this girl around, so I can't lie to her because that's the whole game. Being a player, it's constantly keeping the circle alive. That Wiesbaden trifecta. Okay, let him pay up front. You got sick of doing that everything, and it's like, yeah, I used to do this, but I'm trying this new thing. You can even say it. If you tell the truth, like I'm trying this new thing. You're taking me to a movie. You're paying for it. What did 50 Cent say? Who should pay for a date? Whoever thought of it. I heard him say that. Yeah, yes, that's a decent rule. Now, if you want to come up with like, I really want to do this surprise, you want to throw some money out there, and like, I want you to check this out. Yeah, but don't make it a habit.
Yeah.
Don't make it a habit. Yeah. You know, if there's like, let's say there's something that you want to do that he is never gonna fucking do. Like maybe there's a movie out there. It's like, I don't want to see that fucking movie. All right, I'll throw, but just this time, don't make it a habit. Mm-hmm. If you're paying for his shit and he's just coming over to bang you every so often, this current guy you're with, you are literally in the trifecta. Why the guy? We live together. Yeah. Well, okay. You pay for get him, throw him the fuck out. It's not good. Get that thing away from me, kid. Come on.
Yeah.
So you have the kid. You're the single mother. Does he work?
Yeah, he works. And he
complains about it. But you're pulling
all
the money. You're pulling all the money. I would, you know, if you were pulling the majority of the money, because my wife makes a lot more money than I did, and things were working, you know, and he wasn't cheating on you, I'd say don't be so petty. I mean, he makes what he makes. But if he's cheating and he's pulling this bullshit, sounds like he's living. That sounds like he's living off you.
No, he makes the same amount that I do. Like, we're pretty even and stuff. It's just, he complains a lot more about
saves and you spend all your money. So he banks it and you never have a dime on you.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay. Well, you can stop doing that. Just get rid of him. Can you move back with mom? Can you afford the place yourself? What can you do?
I could afford a place myself. I'm actually thinking about, I got a really good job opportunity in another state. So
that'd be a fresh start. Is it a good state for him? Is it not like a drug-ridden shithole?
I don't know. Can I say the state?
Yeah. Just don't give the town. Just say the state.
I don't think. Is Oregon a bad state?
Well, left-wing wackos is beautiful.
I'm from Florida, so it's better than Florida because I hate Florida.
Yeah, Florida. You might want to just get him out of there. I don't know.
It's a very high cost of living in Oregon.
High cost of living, and everybody's starting to leave. And they're all starting to. Everybody's going to Florida. What about moving to a different part of Florida?
I want to leave. Yeah, people are coming down here.
Move to Texas. Move to Texas. Everything else is going to shit. You know.
Sure.
Yeah. So if you want to do a fresh start, I would say Texas or a different part of Florida. I wouldn't tell you to go to Jersey or some Oregon. Yeah, it's high cost of living for fucking what, and you know, it's just it's a shithole. It's becoming more and more of a shithole, and it's a beautiful fucking state too. It's like California, it's beautiful, run by people that aren't grown ups.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah. So I think you know what you need to do. I'm sorry. You're probably going to do something to hurt your own feelings. But I don't know. Matt says you're kind of hot. So you're probably... you know what? I bet when you get rid of him and he's gone and you're like, you got guys talking to you again, like, you'd be like, holy shit, I guess I am good looking. You know? A lot of guys... When a guy knows you're with another guy, there are people out there that respect it. In fact, the ones that don't are the ones that you should stay away from. Like, whenever I heard, like, oh, she's got a boyfriend, I didn't even have to know the guy. I just instantly knew to stay away. You know? That I don't want that drama, and it's wrong. So people start to know he's out, you know, you're back on the market, you know? And don't sleep with a guy for a month or two. I know that's, like, do that. Start doing that in your 30s. Women everywhere. Wait for the guy. He'll wait a month or two. I promise. If he's into you.
He'll stay if he waits.
He'll stay. And don't say, well, you know what? It's not because I want sex tonight. So no, don't think like that. No. Like, this is, you can even say, this is a new thing I'm doing. You know, I probably would have done this. You're right. You're fucking out of luck. Lucky guy. You know, and wait till an intimate moment. And even if you do slip up, the slip up will be like more of a bonding experience than just, you know, trying to get off for a night after, I don't know, just drinking a bunch of alcohol and like, all right, let's just fuck.
Yeah.
All the best. You're going to be okay, I think. You don't have that big a problem. It's just going to be frustrating and hard. I promise. Take care of yourself, all right?
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Tommy.
Bye-bye. Jeez, I ought to move to Florida. She is kind of cute. Let me see. She's adorable. Holy shit. That's her?
Wait, who sent you a picture?
No, her whatchamacallit. She's very cute. She's kind of got, she looks like she's got that anime haircut. That's a little bit of a turn off.
Yeah.
It's cute, but it's just like, does she like anime? And then I'll have to not talk to her ever again, you know? All right. Muriel, you're on the air.
Hello. I've come to advertise myself.
Yeah, over here. It's a mistake. Why don't you go out with a friend?
Well, you know, I don't really have many RL friends, and you know.
Maybe you need to work on making friends with dudes, because that's the first step.
Oh, I was about to say I'm not gay, but
no, you have to be able to get along with the same sex in order to bang the opposite sex.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get you. Yeah. No, I had. Yeah, no, I get
you. Do man stuff.
Yeah.
You like football?
Yeah, I do.
I think it was.
I do a lot of like 4x4ing and stuff, like four-wheeling.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's kind of manly. I'm not into that because I'm always afraid to fall off the bike. But no, that's cool. You got other dudes that are into that?
There's a couple. I sometimes ride because I don't have my driver's license yet. So I ride passenger in other vehicles. Sort of like act as kind of like a winch man.
Do you live in London?
No, I live in the West Country, like farmer country.
That's harder to meet girls out there. So there's probably like only one pub. Well, start going to the fucking pub with that dude.
Yeah,
dude. But have an agreement. Like, you're a wingman, I'm a wingman. If he's picking up, you back off, or you talk to her fucking ugly girgirlfriend.
I think it's already too late for him because he's already got a girlfriend.
I'm talking single guys, man. Once they're gone, they're gone. You need new single guys.
Yeah.
You know, or I have been asked to I have been asked to I could probably still play wingman now. Just you keep it. You don't volunteer you're married until you can't do it anymore. And they say, oh yeah, I'm married, and then it's too late because you have all four people talking. It's the best way to do it. I've been preaching wingman for the longest time here.
Yeah. No, I do have. I will say there is a girl that I do like. She is a bit younger than me.
How old?
I'm 25. She's 19.
That's not a big deal. She's in school?
But, no, she works.
What do you got going on? What's your big?
I work on a part-time on a carnival.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she weird?
No, she's relatively normal.
Yeah,
she works on the high road.
You work part-time. What's your future plans? You're gonna work at the carnival your whole life.
Oh no! I want to, I basically want to do welding, like weld up. You
don't want to just do welding. You want to be the welder.
Yeah, like I want to sell my.
Are you hearing what I'm saying? I don't give a shit what you want to be.
Yeah,
you want to come off like you're gonna be like the fucking kung fu master of fucking welding. Interesting enough, I think I've told this before. I'll say it again. You know what kung fu means?
Yes, I know
what does it mean?
I know that.
What does it mean in Chinese?
Gun fu. It's like martial arts with guns. Isn't it?
Gung. That's the proper way to say it. It's kung fu, right? That's the Englishizer kung fu. It doesn't mean martial arts. Wushu means martial arts. Gung fu, it means skills. Skills to survive. It's like the skills to survive. That's it. So you can have good kung fu as a welder or a farmer or something like that. It is very attractive to have good kung fu, right?
Yeah.
You know where I learned this? I actually went to a translated. Who the fuck's the martial? Jet Li. A Jet Li. I read this whole thing on Jet Li philosophy, right? That was the coolest. All of it was a bunch of bullshit except that. Right. And he wasn't even talking about getting pussy. What he did was he says, I am not a martial artist in the traditional sense. I'm not a combat martial artist. I took martial arts to become a movie star. So I got that, and I become really, really good at it. And I became the biggest star in Hong Kong. Right. So you want to look at welding and you want to kind of press that off on the opposite sex a bit. Like you're not going to be a welder. You're going to be a fucking like, yeah.
So like ex-military vehicles. And
you got the big dick. That's what you want to do.
So I know a lot about ex-military vehicles. I literally will see one and go, oh, I know what that is.
Well, don't bore to death in this. Just tell you how it's going to improve your life. I'm going to be good. I'm going to do this, that, and the other thing. Maybe show through details to show you know what you're talking about. Don't lie. And then this is why I'm going to fucking do this. I'm going to build a new killdozer and actually kill people this time. Unlike that other guy didn't kill anybody. That kind of shit. I don't know. I was just kidding.
Yeah, no, I don't plan on doing that. I'm not that.
Never know. If she fucks you over, you can build one and just run over her fucking house, and then you got famous anyway. There you go. I'd like to be in that. I would love to be on that list. You know that?
What on the killdozer? Like,
I just want to be a man. That's because I don't know how to do it. Because like, did you leave?
Oh, no, Tommy.
I was wondering if he was.
Hang on a second. Are you going to bed? Wait for me, all right? Listen, bitches, I gotta go. That's all I can do for you. Good luck, Muriel, right? See, the difference between old me is like I'd have to kind of take her out for a drink. You know what I mean? Yeah. What the fuck is going on? Where's the music going? Oh, there it is. What was up with that?
Your internet's going out.
Is it? Again?
Yeah.
Good time to end. No, I don't think so. I don't see it. Probably is. Take care.
The almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a lion, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town, the king's home, slapping fives, blacks.